Hi everybody, welcome to your monthlies. We are transferring from Pisces to Aries. So to start, Aries, happy birthday to all the girls and boys. Aries is the first actually sign of the zodiac. It's considered as like big boy or big girl. It's that kind of starting exuberant energy. Aries is basically highly associated with Fool, somebody who is charging in all direction, exploring new possibilities, and going forward. So before we move on, I just really want to tell you that we are nearing the end of the promotion. So my 20-minute reading is $30 US and 40-minute reading is 65. So also guys, once when you get a reading, I actually do send you coupons, so that way in the future you can even get a better deal. So if you actually are considering readings, I would say to take advantage of these prices. However, if you want to take a chance and getting a free reading, then please join my Facebook account where, just by joining it, you're going to be automatically entered in a draw, and that's going to be the Easter draw, and somebody is going to win the prize over there. So if this is the way you want to go, or just you want to be on a Facebook because there's going to be additional information, I really would love to see you there as well. But also it's a good opportunity to interact with the other people who love tarot and who maybe want to learn about it, because I'll be posting interesting tips on it. So talking about tips, let's start today. I really want to talk to you about the issue, and really let's address this issue through this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, because I highly identify with these two cards. So let's go into what Queen of Swords is and King of Swords. They both are very experienced, basically, character in tarot. They have really high energy, sword energy. Sword is really heavy. To keep it like what she's keeping, really upright, it takes lots of energy and lots of muscle. In the other card that you see from Cat Tarot people, she's keeping it down. So that's because she's in a good mood that day. But trust me, that sword is really heavy and can hit very hard. And the sword people are really fair people, but they are not the most emotional people. So you can tell in my readings that, I tell the truth. I don't go around. I don't kind of like try to sugarcoat it, because I feel that even if it's a bad information, sometimes it helps, because it helps you reach the closure. So if these two people, Queen of Swords or King of Swords, go really badly, then they actually create lots of narcissism, lots of ego energy, and sometimes like you see that around. And this is what basically has happened on my channel. I knew this is going to happen sooner or later because it's a new channel, but I did get a comment from a person who was basically really complaining about the cats on the channel. As most of you know, the channel is called Cat Tarot. First of all, I'm Cat and I have cats. So it's not only that I love cats, I love all animals, but just like so it happens that I actually share my love with cats, life with cats, and I'm learning quite a bit from them. They basically pacify me. They have this enormous, clear energy, and I really love them. The comment that I received today was the following: I rescued cats, dogs, birds, and more for over 25 years, but they don't belong in too many psychic readings. It totally breaks the energy and connection for me. Whoa. So okay, what is then better than let's pull the card about this whole comment, and let's learn a little bit where this person is coming from. Maybe, maybe I'm not getting something, and I'm always open to kind of learning new things. Oops, we have a jumper. And let me pull my, I don't know if you can see this, or I can zoom in too much. And I pulled in my Vera Sibilla cards. Oops. Jumpers. Oops. And let's have one more. There you go. Alright, so what do we have? And you know what, to be fair, I really don't think that I should interpret it, so I'm going to really read it from the book of basically interpretation. As far as Wheel of Fortune, I mean, this is really clear to everybody. It is not in the upright kind of situations, that is downward, and so obviously it represents negativity. represents something that, you know, it's certainly a change, and it's a change in a way that this is the first, to me, highly inappropriate comment. So what I'm going to read to you is from the book about haughtiness. So we have the peacock, but this peacock is in reverse. So this peacock in the upright position here, it's basically being conceived because in Catholicism, Italy's main religion, and these are Italian cards, even though they call them gypsy cards. The peacock is a symbol of immortality, resurrection, and of Jesus. In the Middle Ages, in the book, St. Augustine in the City of God believed the peacock had antiseptic qualities and did not rot. So, however, when this peacock is being represented, yeah, this is the book, by the way. When peacock is in reverse, it says the following. Here, this card has a completely opposite meaning to that of its upright counterpart. The peacock is seen as a symbol of vanity and ostentation, of superiority over others, pride, lack of humility, being unforgiving and prejudiced. It represents an extremely arrogant person, blinded by pride and hungry for power. That's a shallow person focused on outward appearances and social climbing, a person that will do anything to get what they want. It represents a liar. It can also represent a tendency to get angry and someone who loves to be flattered and be the center of attention. Well, now you're center of attention, so I hope you get what you really want. So it goes and on for a couple of pages, so let's not go on with it. So let's see the child in reverse. So of course, as you can imagine, the child is a really happy occasion, as you can tell, right? Which is kind of a neutral card, and it's like everybody's rather looking forward to a child unless it is in reverse. So let's see what reverse meaning is. It says this. This card represents something that is not yet ready to be born, a situation that is still immature. So this meaning can of course be broadened to include adults. When reversed, this card lengthens the time frame indicated by other cards in the spread. This card is symbolic of someone who is inexperienced, who can be gullible, but who is really not right for the entry into the adult world. When this card describes painful circumstances, it does so by saying that it is a pain that stings one to the quick and has deeply affected the querent. So yeah, I mean, somebody touched my kids, how do you think I would feel? And you know, this kind of whole expertise all together is not well. And also in the closing here it says this card also describes someone with a Peter Pan syndrome who's refusing to grow up and who's refusing to take responsibility for their actions. So reunion is sort of self-explanatory. So this is something that is not starting. This is somebody who is negative. So here I'll give you the verdict, Mr. Commenter. I'm breaking up with you. This is not working out. We are not on the same vibe level. I don't want to be negative. I want to be this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, being fair, giving people advice without wrapping it in a sugar coating. But we certainly learn what King of Swords reversed is, and that's who you are. You think you are basically an expert, you think you're knowing all, and you think like, we should be listening to your advice, and I don't know for which reason. So yeah, I'm breaking up with you. I do wish you well. I really hope you find whoever you want to find, but please don't come to my channel anymore, and please don't harass me anymore. So thank you very much, and let's move to the positive things, because you know what I had this beautiful reading for Aries to do, and in the end I think Safi wants to have a few words about the comment, and of course Safi has to add her commentary. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your monthlies, and let's dive right in here. Actually, honestly, for now, I really like that there is no heavy hitting energy anymore. So you are recovering. You're recovering. So let's start. The bottom of the deck was this Four of Sky. So it is reversed. So basically, This would tell me that you still need help from others, that there is still some level of freeze in life, a need for recovery, or that even some of you kind of like even feel, I guess, forsaken, sorry, I don't even speak anymore. And it is a purple card. It's just a very few cards are purple in the deck, and this is very much your energy, Scorpio, that uplifting energy, and you need this kind of healing energy. So wherever it was happening, like right now, you kind of like need to find that center and that shelter, because I can see that the past is still on your mind. This is like Six of Sea, kind of enjoyment of basically activities from the past. Here you see the little kitties, right? Enjoying the water, and here you can see them jumping in the water, having some kind of like illusion of being a tiger one day. So this basically talks about, idealizing situation. Cats don't like water, so of course when they talk to other cats, they're going to tell them all the best, but then reality kicks in, and reality is like you'll get wet. This is crossed with Nine of Earth, and this is a single kitty who is just literally enjoying the bounty on her own. She doesn't need anybody. She's like super happy to be completely on her own, and to kind of like have this like window of opportunity and everything just like for her. This is not selfish energy. This is literally the ultimate energy of being grounded. So it also tells me that some of you are still longing for the past, but you are becoming single. Or the single women, if you didn't go through recent breakup, that would mean to me that you're spending too much time thinking and dwelling on the past. So let's see, why is this happening? So look, Earthstorm came as the base coming into the situation and coming into this month, something that you brought from the last month, and last month had some really heavy energy. So in the upright position, it's a cat nurturer, taking care of the babies, taking care of the close ones. But here, oh my gosh, I just don't have it, I lost it. And it could be that you were in so much pain that you kind of like were neglecting even the close ones to you, and that doesn't have to be necessarily a child. It could be really someone really meaningful to you, or even yourself in the process. So if you did it, you're trying to kind of go through the motions. Another thing, look, Scorpio, this is you. Kind of like the romance is being left in the past. This kind of like balanced emotion, love. So yeah, it was lots of things happening, and right now you kind of like are having this kind of ground where you are right now, kind of looking for the new world. And the karmic lesson for this month is a choice. Two of Sky. So now, what choice are you going to make? You are trying to probably reach a disclosure that kind of was lingering around you, and I kind of like see a disclosure over here, but then I'm seeing that you're resisting disclosure over here. So I'm really confused, because karmic lesson for you is like to find your path. And it looks like to me that what you want is like not what is given to you. So we will see in the other storylines really what is going on, because this is now the world. The world is like really beautiful card. It means it's a closure. So whatever it was, it's over. It's done. If you were breaking up, you did break up. And to some point, you kind of feel good about it. You feel it was the right thing to do. You see that single kitty that you had over here in the window. Now you have another kitty in the window. Sort of like looking at the world. Sort of like you still didn't kind of immerse yourself in the world. You're looking at the world. So it's still kind of like a little disconnected energy, right? So, but it's the energy of kind of like sparkle. It's the energy of, look, this is what I conquered. And some of you feel that going through the bad situation that you didn't manage to get through, right? But you still have these consequences of kind of like not doing 100% of the time right things. So, which kind of like is eating you a little bit, and that's why this choice, right? This choice is pointing to the back, is to the past. You still kind of like the past lingers, and it's asking you to let it go. And I'm repeating this like third month in a row, I think I started this channel 23rd of January, and this is when this was coming seen. And I see this with the other clients from before, so it keeps going, but it's not that heavy energy. So that's why this to me looks like the worst is over, if nothing else. Right now, you're also capable and even willing to see things from a different perspective. You have the floating cat over here. It's how you feel yourself. Or you can, this can also mean that your life is inverted. It's completely upside down. And you're like, oh my God, like, I mean, like, did I miss something? What did I miss? Because, you know, when you go through stress, you only think about yourself because you have to function, right? You have to get things done. You are not taking all the players in it. You just like literally have to make quick decision. This Queen of Swords that I discussed earlier in the video, quick decision. And when you make quick decisions, you kind of don't have this ability to go left and right and kind of look left and right because the fast decision is made. But now you're realizing that actually it's more layers than one, and you're peeling that onion over here. And your environment is seeing a hope, seeing that you're kind of revisiting this hope. And I love this card. This in every deck, this is my favorite card. And this is not even the star, this is the stars. And look at it, the kitty, hopeful, looking in the lion constellation, right? So, you know, you really want to not only get reborn, but get reborn into something big and grand, something that kind of would be worthy of going through all this trouble. So the really interesting part here that the 4 cards in a row came as major arcana. So the major kind of things that are kind of influencing this month. So, you know, it's going to be a major cleansing month where you're still going to have some self-doubt because you have here death reversed. So you see, here is like sort of like the end of one situation, another situation being kind of born. But here it's like kind of refusal to get there. It's sort of like still beating a dead horse, if you wish, right? Sort of like still, what can I kind of help? And can I still create a world? There is this nostalgia, and this is kind of normal if you're breaking up, if you have been with somebody for a while. And, you know, but at the same time, it doesn't look like you're given a choice because this is imposed on you. And that's why you, I guess, feel forsaken. That's why you feel kind of like that, you know, you need recovery, and the others are willing to give you hope. The others are really willing to kind of show their support and extend and give you kind of like what are your best kind of options. But you at the same time are trying to see all these elements that you didn't put in place properly. So the end is going to finish the month in a kind of with a grounding energy. There is Earth Kitten here. So that basically will be Page of Pentacles kind of reversed. So here, like, we are exploring, we are looking into new circumstances and new people, and you are not there yet, right? So this talks about stalled communications. This also talks about misunderstandings. So if you guys are going through some bigger breakups or divorce, then this can also mean that this is not final yet, and it's not going to be exactly, you know, lovely kind of to go through it. And, you know, so it's going to be talk about the children and how to take care of the children, and that's not going to go really well. But we are going to see the details over there. But before we get there, or after actually we get there, after I'm going to take the gypsy cards and confirm a few of them on the table, let's kind of explore what is there in front of us. So as I did the last time, I was just using the several spreads and kind of like trying to explore how basically timelines will move, because these gypsy cards kind of give us that ability. So in this case, there are several storylines. So what's basically going to happen, I mean, any player can be you or the other party, literally any player. So you have to figure out which story is yours. So here we have the wife or married woman. Then here we have a single woman. Then we have an enemy. Then we have a younger woman over here. Then we have a lord over here. This can be a married guy, or a husband, your husband. And here is a single guy over here. So kind of like it's really interesting for me that the love came all the way here on the bottom. And this love is coming right next to third party and indecision and in home and conversation. So usually when things come on the bottom, that means it's a lesser control of the matter that you have, which tells me that most Scorpios are going to have enormous control this month, because you're right in the first row and married women are like the second card. So, but to get to love, you'll have to work, right? Unless you're like represented with one of those guys. So we are going to get to it. So where do I start? Let's start from the single woman. Like, what is basically single Scorpio doing? Single Scorpio did go through some ups and downs, through some kind of jealousy over the third party. Then it could have been reunion, but even that didn't work out. And the fact that it didn't work out was actually a happy occurrence and brought some kind of happiness, but in like imprisonment of mind at the same time. And it was really hard. It was really, really hard on you to take that. But somehow you found ground. You found the ground to stand on, right? So here I see that, like you maybe have a friend or a couple of friends who basically are helping you to go through it. It's an old woman. It represents being wise, and and also there is another woman here as well who basically is not the third woman, but it could be your daughter, or it could be a friend who is like so extremely loyal to you. She might even have a small baby, and kind of like helping you sort things out and helping you understand that there are like better things coming in the future. So this is kind of control, like being a corner, and in this one is being corner. It's like sort of like having control of the room, right? Because this is the best position. If you come in a restaurant, you want a corner spot, right? So as far as women, sort of like the future is wide open. It came as the last card in a spread, and this is kind of like really interesting to me. And when you look it down to it, it's going to be somebody who will actually take it really easy this month. You will actually get together with friends. You will kind of like do things to kind of like take care of yourself. Your hope will come back, but you will still go through maybe turmoil and kind of like spin a few times, but it's not going to be severe, even closely to how it was the last month. If you are a wife, you have experienced enormous amount of jealousy. I don't know, divorce. Is this divorce in a way? Look, you have a lies, you have priest, you have thief, you have soldiers, which is secrets, you have room intimacy, so it's breaking the intimacy, taking the intimacy away, lies, somebody like stealing away from you, and then there is this wedding, like marriage with lies, right? And like lies are connecting marriage and sort of like officiating. So some of you, and the widower, so some of you are divorcing and the papers are being filed, and this is making you sick in the stomach, absolutely sick in the stomach. However, having said that, you're still in a power position. You still somehow have a control of it, even though you are in pain and you're in a big pain, like you're literally depressed, this malady. You still, this is what we saw here, guys. The death, you're still not letting go. You're still fighting for that. You still want this reunion, and you might still kind of chase it, and it's not going to get there. You're not going to get it. And it would be good for you not to get it, because reunion would bring you lots of pain, and you would actually feel trapped with this person. So, on the other hand, right, you might have somebody coming up, and you see this is also between you and that guy, so basically a woman and a husband. So you have a friend or child, and then you have this divorce, somebody kind of leaving this behind. So literally, this is what connects you with this guy. This is it. You might have a child with this person, and the child is like, yeah, it's right next to the wedding, and like widower wedding, so divorce. Actually, the child is extremely sad about what's going on. Like, she is getting to the point of, this can sometimes mean suicide, guys. So if you have children, just make sure that they're basically being heard, that you communicate with them. This kind of worries me in this position, right? Because they don't want to be lied to, and I think that's the problem. I think this card is actually the problem in the spread, because it's coming right to next this one, and it's coming to these two. So lies not being communicated about love and about the third party, which basically was the cause of this breakup. And and the kid is still looking, hoping that this is kind of like work out, and maybe this is why you're trying to work out. And yet, if you break up, that's actually going to give more constancy to the whole situation, and the child is going to go through some kind of mourning, and then realize that maybe it's a happier situation when it looks like the partner that you had was not a good one to start with. It was somebody with whom you didn't have a high quality relationship, who didn't respect you the way you should be respected. And it will be better for you not to be with this person. And I know that you have children's best interest, right? But you may have kind of dropped the ball a few times in respect to children here, right? The kitten was just kind of dropped. And this is maybe what he's saying over here, kind of like you have to now take care of the children and put them in front of you, and this is, you're neglecting them. This is kind of like, you're kind of like taking care of your needs, right? Because like the pain is so enormous over here, and it could be also your pain, like a breaking up of the home, and this is kind of the line up here. So let's see where this goes. Yeah, because this other woman that this guy may have had or will have, they're connecting on some kind of like, you see, the scholar is what connects them. So maybe academic background, maybe they're in the same profession, maybe even they went to school together, and what they had was something extremely light. What they had was something extremely joyful, and okay, do you know what bothers me here, Scorpio? I have to tell you this honestly. This card bothers me. Okay, let me show you what this card is. It's the very first card that came out. And I know the Scorpio, and my gosh, I love you guys. Like, I mean, you're so passionate. And sometimes passion can get us in trouble. And okay, I'm not afraid of you this month. You have good tarot cards. But this, even though it says despair, this is really jealousy, right? And it's normal to be jealous if there is like a third party at all. But then it's this jealousy connected to this sorrow. So it almost sounds to me that you're spending more time trying to, how to put it, take away his future possibilities than taking care of who you are and where you want to go. And see, I think this is what this card was saying, that other friends are telling you, look, you have to look after yourself, you have to look up, but instead you're looking down. And this refusal to let go is actually harming everybody, including yourself. And it's like imminent. It's happening if it didn't happen already. If it didn't happen already, it's going to happen within a month, maximum 2. And then again, you're going to try to work on it again, and it's going to bring this death and another bout of this. However, maybe these are the emotions that you still need to do. Maybe this is that refusal to let go, and then look, you have a death there and you have a death here in your timeline. So, you know, it's going to be up and down, but I don't think it's as severe. It's going to be severe impact now, and then it's clearing. I see clearing. So okay, so let's finish this with your children. Your child, if you decide kind of to, you see, wedding is knighting the priest and knighting him, right, and the house. Definitely we have this kind of circumstance over here, and you have a thief and a wedding, so somebody who stole your marriage, literally, right? So the child is going to see somebody as an enemy. So maybe you're representing this third person as an enemy, and which she is, but at the same time, what if your partner ends up with that person, because you see they're knighting and he's connected to this person and he's communicating with this person, right? And he's planning to be something serious with this person and even to have a home with this person and surprise this person. So put it this way, if you are the child and your parents are divorcing, would you want to be a part of this debate of your parents? Would you want either of them to poison your life in front of you? Because I don't think you should be blaming the third person. It's always your partner who should absorb the blame, and not in front of the kids either. I think they should be left alone. And actually, I don't even know if this third person, if it really stays in his life, and it's a very small chance of that, because like if a relationship is born out of infidelity, I think it has only 5% of survival. But if this person stays, like, I mean, then you're creating a horrible, horrible future and horrible karma for all of us. So I know this is like a result of pain. I know it's kind of really difficult to let go, especially for Scorpios. But I think this is what this card is saying, you know? You need to let go, and you have to stop involving other people in your issues. It's kind of like just really focus on him, and you see what is in between you two are your issues and your children. Do not, guys, involve other people, because you're going to create enemies, right? So he basically, you know, has this kind of like, I think almost looks like that he decided to leave because of these reactions. And that initially, maybe when this whole system, the whole kind of like mess up started with the lies, that he was not so much into like the decision to leave, but now he is. So I'm not blaming you, Scorpio. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so natural. But you know, basically it's really counterintuitive, but it's for anybody who's listening, is in the situation when, you know, there is a three-party. If you really want to stay, frankly, I don't know why anybody want to stay. Kids or no kids. To me, that's a deal breaker. Off you go. But let's say you want to stay for whatever reason you might want to have, or you have, then bad-mouthing, crying, blackmails is the worst thing you can do. Absolutely the worst thing you can do. So this is going to push them away, even though, bizarrely enough, they are the guilty party. So consider that. So maybe you want to remedy this, because, you know, this might not be the daughter, this might be the friendship. Like maybe you still want to stay friends because of the kids. So, and here is like the young lady. So let's see if this is a child. No, this definitely doesn't represent the child. This is the one that represents the child in this particular situation, if there is a child. If not, if you guys have no children, then, you know, you will try to see a way of staying friends, a way of staying in his or her life. And again, you have to ask yourself, is this a wise idea? Do you think that your next partner would enjoy it? Maybe you don't want to get involved in the next relationship, but will you? Like, because there is some reunion, but you might have a potential of actually meeting somebody in the future. So I think also you own yourself to kind of clear your own energies and do it. But like, I mean, this month is still going to be a lots of little nagging things. The way kind of like how chips fell is kind of interesting. So let's see the guys in your life, or the guys Scorpios that might be listening this. I mean, maybe you guys Scorpios found yourself over there, like on the other side. But one you already heard. One is like already, you know, in the situation where he's trying to leave the situation behind, and he's trying to resolve this in the best possible way, in trying to stay on a friendly level and trying to, in his head, be loyal and reliable, even though he's mourning basically something or somebody, or like even the breakup. Even if he's breaking up, it's not really falling easy on him. And if you're this guy, if you're a Scorpio guy, then, you know, it looks like you are going through some kind of clearance in your own life, be a conversation, and also like some kind of home over here, because I see a doctor and service and then disaster. So this guy will be going through depression and through, you know, self-doubt, you know, like through kind of unfortunate enemy kind of enemy-like circumstances. But on the other hand, he will also, and you guys, if that's you, like it's going to be one part that's going to have this heavy energy, another part is going to have extremely light energy, kind of like butterfly-like energy. So few of you will actually be dealing with wrapping the ends, and it looks like these are the married guys, kind of like dealing with finances and all this kind of debris that basically happen after you unwrap relationship, while the others are going to actually start looking forward to completely new relationships and possibly, you know, even, you know, children with somebody else that they were going to be loyal to. And here also we have this kind of like enjoyment and party and kind of focusing to some kind of like new beginnings and like wanting. Well, there is also another guy over here. Let me see here. Well, this guy and the single ladies are kind of like meeting in loyalties, and so yeah, like, yeah, this guy might be getting involved with somebody else. It kind of, it's possible, but not in a really, like, not in the nearby future, that's for sure. But then we have this guy here who's sitting around all the way on the bottom who is single, or that could be another, like, ladies, a few single ladies who kind of like also is experiencing breakups. Look, like both storylines are very similar. Again, this is going through enemy, wedding, despair, and like, I mean, messenger. So kind of like timeline from the past also were like messages about a wedding that kind of like was some kind of like enemy situations, a wedding combined with a widower or divorce. So looks like that all guys, Scorpio guys here, are going through some kind of like breakup energy, or dealing with somebody who is divorcing, or dealing with somebody who is still married and dealing with all kinds of debris, and kind of like are still oriented toward the past, right? But this guy here, he is literally having clearance for the future. So some Scorpio guys and some of you Scorpions that identify where you are at right now, you're like cleaning that kind of debris, right? Remember this? But the other ones, this is that one here that's experiencing this world energy. And look, this guy has everything clear. Like, he's going to have a little bit of melancholy, so that's a kind of mild, really mild depression, but it's going to be quickly cheered up with some kind of like surprise, you know, reunion here as well, with hope for something really great coming about a woman, you know. And that's also a woman from his past, and also somebody who has been his friend, you know, or maybe, you know, somebody who has a child, or to whom he has some kind of loyalty and who kind of waited for him. And it's new beginning over here. And yeah, and that's going to kind of like put him in this kind of like really light state of mind, and kind of like make him kind of like put the, like, I mean, nose to the greenstone. It also looks like this guy here is a career guy, because he has both money and scholar here, and that would tell me that he might be looking for a new job, or got a new job, or got a promotion, and now he has it all. So that could be you ladies, that you're getting promotion and getting ahead, or being with a guy who is like that. So lots of cleansing this month as well, Scorpio. And so what I'm going to do right now, I am going to do what I promised. I'm going to gather those cards and clarify these tarot cards, and I'm also going to do a little bit of Lenormand kind of checking to see from the third angle. Gosh, guys, this is insane how much information came out in your reading. Yeah, it's really intense. Like, obviously all these cards, I didn't even realize how basically involved I got into it. So I really apologize. I must have overwhelmed you with the information. And also, like, I mean, as I was like switching the cards over, I was thinking, guys, if you need closure, come to me. You know, tarot reading is really good for it. Sometimes if you don't get it, you get it through the reading. So this is good kind of like way of, if nothing else, giving yourself this validation in the whole kind of situation. So as I told you, you know, I want to kind of clarify. So I gathered these gypsy cards. I want to kind of clarify a few things over here, especially that card, and you know, and also this Earthstone card, to see if there's any guilt that you actually experience in the matter, which kind of is my suspicion, and also kind of like the future steps that Earth Kitty. And then quickly I'm going to do Lenormand. I really apologize with this long reading. I am going to keep it in the future, like I mean shorter, because I know that you don't have the whole day to listen to this. So, you know, let me try to do it quickly. But, you know, quick is not necessarily the best, right? Okay, so let's go with the death. Please clarify this death for Scorpio for the upcoming month in Fears and Hopes. Ooh. Oh my gosh. There you go. We have a repetition, right? Look, reunion, a thief, and pleasure seekers. Third party. You will reunite. You want to reunite with someone who you know. You know. This is clarifying this card. You guys know this guy or woman is not good for you. They will steal something from you. It's not a physical thing. They will steal your peace of mind. They will steal self-respect. You know, and again, you're going to end up with the same. This person is going to do exactly the same thing to you. Exactly the same. I know, the hope is immense. Like, this is amazing. Humankind, I think, is built on hope. And you guys have more hope than anybody else. You really, really, really hope. And I can see how much energy you're putting into kind of rebuilding this. Now, let's see this Earth Kitten. I really want to see this Earth Kitten. What is this energy? What is basically here happening? Why is this, you know, some kind of like independent communications? I want to see what's going to happen with this. Misunderstandings. Servant, hope, and merchant. Yeah, this is basically losing hope, right? It's losing hope. It's not serving you well anymore. You want something new, and you know, you see no point of communicating when you're kind of spinning in circles. So I think you are aware that this is done. It's just like kind of emotionally, it's really hard, and maybe this is what it means. Maybe that you still kind of have hope in it, or maybe even, I don't know. This can also mean, now when I think about it, that your surroundings is telling you to hope and fight for it, and somehow you even feel pushed about it. And what we've seen over there are the kids. So let's actually check that stars card. Oh, shoot. Yeah, look, kids, death, as oh my gosh. Yeah, look, death. You're refusing, like, look, repetition, death reversed, right? Young woman, friends. So the kids, if you have two girls, look, this is what you think you're doing this for them, and you are keeping this hope for them, and we did see that this is not going to serve well. So guys, if this is the only reason you're doing it, please let go, because the girls, or the girl that we've seen over there in the spread, or a child, sorry, better to use a child, it's not all about women, would be okay. Initially, of course, it's an impact, but you know, they will be okay. It just shows they're going to actually flourish, because you know, you did reach the closure, and kids sometimes get a pride in understanding that you handle the situation, instead of teaching them they have to stay in the circumstances that they may be brewing and they're not good, where a partner is cheating on you. I think it's much better example to tell them, you know, you cut this off, and you kind of like, you respect yourself above everything else. So I want to check the world. What is this closure? What is this ending? What's this happening? The world, please clarify it for me. So it's the end of kind of like consolidation. It's like there is no hope anymore for the future. It doesn't serve you, and you don't want to be intimate. So you checked out. You checked out. So this, all it means is like you're doing this for the kids, or you're doing it for, you know, maybe just because you're Scorpio. Sometimes Scorpios, like, I mean, feel, and I really hope you're not doing it because, you know, just to spite somebody else, which this kind of worries me. Actually, you know what, I want to actually clarify this one too, because just to spite somebody, or spite him, or spite his new relationship, this is really not a valid reason. And I think you should really focus on you, and I want you to be happy. I want you to have a new partner, and you guys can give so much in a relationship, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the love cards. I want to see cups, and like the only cup I see here is like this nostalgia and this in the past. So let's see, what is this Earth Tome? Yeah. Yeah, I see. That's about him. He or your partner. It's about breaking up, and it is about spiting somebody, right? Like somebody who is waiting for him. You want to cut that option off for him. So please, guys, stop doing it, and don't waste energy on this kind of crap. You know, like, I mean, karma kicks people in the butt, and if you start taking care, and if you start kind of like putting karma in your own hands, karma is going to absorb all this energy, and you're going to get it. This way, just like let it go. That's kind of like the best, you know. The karma works itself, its own magic. Okay, so let's see. What is Lenormand? Like, this is circumstantial. Let's see what are the circumstances coming up this month. And then I kiss you goodbye for this month forecast until the X's. And I think you're going to be probably very interested to see how that is evolving, because obviously you're still dealing with it. And that is coming up in the beginning of April. So let's see what happened here. Oops. These are all seen upright, so don't freak out. Okie dokie. So what do we see here? The child, again. Could be the child or the beginning, and the beginning, or maybe you want a new beginning, right, in marriage, but you know, it's a mountain in between. So it's something that you cannot bridge, or there are issues with your marriage, which kind of we did see elsewhere. But somehow you're kind of recovering. You're getting to this better state of mind. You're experiencing here and there some lucky moments, right? And you are understanding the kind of like the crossroads are here, and this is your cross to bear. Like you feel personal that if you let go, that this is going to come back to kick you in the butt, right? However, it's not going to, because there are like two options to this cross. Either you're going to have the key, which is the best card in the deck, or the snake, and that's where you feel betrayed, and that's why this energy, I have a feeling it's all in betrayal. It's not in the breakup. You almost don't care about the breakup. I think you're so done with it. You literally care about the betrayal. So I think that's the key, right? Like, he kind of has this like lovebirds kind of in his kind of future, and you are dealing with all this kind of leftovers. And that's the thing. I think what he didn't do is communicate that. and you feel devastated because of that, that after all of that, that he didn't serve you with the pure honesty. And if there is one sign that can actually handle honesty, that is you. So let's see the partner. Let's see the partner. Let's see this male Scorpios as well. Let's see what's in the store for them. Okay, March 21st to April 20th. Yeah, they decided to keep the secret. Absolutely, to keep you in the dark. Absolutely. Or if you're guys, you kind of feel that like letting this out, it's going to be like public knowledge wherever it's going, and you're very careful. So again, there are like some kind of like light is showing up if you're a Scorpio guy, you know, like, I mean, even though there's still lots of fog, but you know, the sun is going to eventually come out and decision was or will be made, and you're still going to keep some kind of secrets, and keeping that secrets is really eating you alive. You kind of like actually want to tell it, you want to come out public with this, but you're horrified about reputation, you're horrified about communication, and that's why you don't want to do it. You think it's going to affect your communication, so this is why the guy is not doing it. He thinks that if he says this, that you're going to go out and maybe destroy his life. And you see, that's why he has a cloud and the sun, and the cloud comes and covers the sun, you know, and this is the public thing, and kind of like eating him alive. And yeah, let me just cover this book, which kind of is secrets. This is you guys, you know, like you're kind of like really carefully planning your future steps. Whoa, secret. Look what came under secret. Enemy, sweetheart, and sorrow, right? So yeah, like he has somebody who kind of like is, you know, there for him, and who is basically probably your enemy, ladies. And what a mess. Oh my god, what a mess. So no wonder he's keeping this a secret, like too many things happening over there. So guys, if this is you, clear it out. You know, sitting on not 2 chairs but 3 chairs, it's going to get somebody really sad. And you know, trust me, women are not kids. We can handle the truth, right? Yes, we can handle the truth, and the truth is better than lie in any time, even if it hurts, and it helps us bring the closure. So if this is you guys, please communicate. It's good, and you have to take responsibility for your actions. If there are consequences, so be it. Now ladies, if this is your partner question, there will be some kind of communication via kind of internet or via kind of electronic means. For sure, there will be public places, and it's going to be very similar to what you have, kind of like crossroads. Still things are not fully out in the open, which can be seen from your tarot threads. So in any case, if you need a private reading, please contact me, and until the next time, or in a few days, I love you and take care. I wish you really all the best this month, Scorpio. Take care. Love you.